Good afternoon, everyone. I am Althea Maybal discussing. So we were going to discuss to you the policing system of France together with my partner April and Jesta. So let's start.
Police system of France. The French police system is a complex and multifaceted law enforcement structure that plays a crucial role in maintaining law and order in France. Comprising various agencies and branches, it is designed to address the diverse needs of a modern, democratic society. This system combines both civilian and military elements, reflecting the historical and organizational evolution of French policing.
From historical perspective, the French police system was characterized in terms of a move towards centralization. Police forces were nationalized in 1851, and Police National was created in 1941. In 1966, unification became a reality with the national police system. In this country, the type of their law enforcement is centralized. The Supreme Council established in 1993 consists of 18 members who focus on police-community relations. Since 1990, the Interior Ministry was encouraged the unification of police services locally to fight crime. Urban police, political police, and air police are supposed to work under the control of one departmental director. Although there has been recent interest in local police decentralization, the French police system remains primarily national and centralized. In this country, the state is responsible for protecting persons and property, maintaining public order, and enforcing the law. The French police consists of three centralized forces, two of which have the same mission but different jurisdiction at a national scope. The first one is the National Police or the Police National, and the second one is the Gendarmerie or the Gendarmerie National. And the last one is the Municipal Police or Police Municipal at local scope.
National Police Police Nationale.
Let's talk about the first centralized force, which is the National Police or the Police National. General information. The National Police is a civilian force under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of the Interior and primarily responsible for urban areas. Functions and missions. The role of the National Police is generally to ensure that the laws are observed and enforced. Efforts are also directed at the prevention of delinquency. So in this context, the National Police conducts security operations like patrols, traffic control, identity check, and under the supervision of the judiciary, conducts criminal inquiries, serves search warrants, as well as maintaining specific judiciary police service for criminal inquiries. Structure and organization. One of France's two police presences is the National Police, a civil law enforcement agency with primary jurisdiction in cities and large towns, with populations exceeding 6,000 inhabitants. It is under the authority of the Minister of the Interior. At the top of the police hierarchy is the General Directorate of the National Police, which oversees the following divisions. First is the General Inspectorate of the National Police. Second, the Central Directorate of Judiciary Police, Directorate of Territory Surveillance, Central Directorate of Public Security, Central Directorate for General Information, Central Directorate of Border Police, Central Service of the Republic Security Forces, Technical International Police Cooperation Service, and Protection of High-Profile Personalities Department. The next one is the staff data. The National Police comprises about 150,000 staff divided into two categories. The first one is the police officers and the second one is the administrative employees. The second centralized force is the Gendarmerie or the Gendarmerie National. General information. The French Gendarmerie or Gendarmerie Nationale or GN is a police force under the administrative control of the Ministry of Interior. Functions and missions. The French Gendarmerie is a military institution created to ensure public safety. It guarantees the protection of individuals and their properties, informs, warns, and rescues. One of the mission includes the policing of French countryside areas and small towns, usually with a population less than 20,000. Thus, although this comprises only 50% of the population, it is responsible for about 90% of the territory. This territorial gendarmerie conducts crime investigations under the same laws and regulations as the member of the active directorate of the National Police.
The French Gendarmerie has two major units. First is the Department Gendarmerie carries out judicial and ordinary police functions and is divided into territorial stations, 3,600 with specific tasks as appropriate, like traffic patrols, mountain units. The second major unit is the Mobile Gendarmerie does not undertake judicial work but may move to reinforce other police or to undertake special duties. Their principal duty is to maintain public order. Structure and organization. The French Gendarmerie is an integral part of the armed forces, thus it falls under the responsibility of the Ministry of Defense for administrative and organic purposes. While administratively part of the armed forces, it is operationally attached to the Ministry of the Interior for its missions within France, and criminal investigations are run under the supervision of prosecutors and judges. Staff and data. Career gendarmes serve as either commissioned or non-commissioned officer. The lower ranks consist of auxiliary gendarmes on limited time contracts. As of March 2005, the total staff comprise 100,275 personnel. The third one is the municipal police or the police municipal. The municipal police is responsible for daily urban policing and covers all criminal and public order matters within its urban boundaries. Criminal justice system. General information. The French legal system abides by the principle of unity of the civil and criminal justice systems. The French Code of Criminal Procedure outlines police public order powers, as well as the powers of investigation. Criminal courts of first instance handle violations of the law listed in the Penal Code and are divided into three categories depending on the nature and severity of the crime. The first category is the first instance tribunals, or petty offenses and civil disputes. The second category is the criminal tribunals, or offenses with possible punishment of up to 5 years of imprisonment and heavy civil disputes. And the last one is the assize courts. Prosecution. The Public Prosecutor's Office initiates criminal proceedings and then transfer cases to an examining magistrate. However, they supervise and control all police and gendarmerie investigations before such transfers. Once a case has been transferred and a judicial investigation began, the police and the gendarmerie officers act under the direct authority and supervisions of the examining magistrate. The next one is the history of policing in France. The first one is the ancient and medieval periods. In medieval France, law enforcement was decentralized with local lords responsible for maintaining order in their territories. It is one of the early forms of policing responsible for protecting the seals and documents of the king. The second one is the 18th century Lieutenant General of Police. In Paris, a formal police force was established in 1667 with the creation of the Lieutenant General of Police. This position played a crucial role in maintaining order in the capital. Then, French Revolution under Gendarmerie. The French Revolution led to significant changes in policing. The Gendarmerie, a military police force, was created in 1791 to enforce revolutionary laws and maintain order. Napoleonic era or Prefecture of Police. Napoleon Bonaparte established the Prefecture of Police in 1800s, centralizing law enforcement in Paris. This institution still plays a vital role in the city today. 19th century. The 19th century saw the development of the Sûreté, a plainclothes detective division within the police, known for investigating major crimes. 20th century or the National Police and Gendarmerie Nationale. The 20th century brought about the modern structure of policing in France. The National Police or the Police Nationale handles urban areas, while the Gendarmerie Nationale is responsible for rural and suburban areas. Post-World War II or criminal police and riot police. Specialized units like the Criminal Police, Brigade Criminal, and Riot Police, Compagnies Republicanes de Securite, were established to deal with specific law enforcement challenges. Then the last one is the recent reforms. France has seen various policing reforms in response to changing societal needs and concerns, including issues of community policing. Recruitment. Recruitment under National Police or Police National. Police personnel are recruited on the basis competitive examination. Training is given in specialized schools. The officer's rank offered depends upon his or her educational level, whether secondary or post-secondary. Once selected, police recruits attend Saint Cyr School at Mont d'Or for 10 months, while inspectors attend the Connor Cluse School for 6 months and peace agents attend the Superior School for 6 months. While on the other hand, recruitment under Gendarmerie Nationale, the Academy of National Gendarmerie Officers, École des Officiers de la Gendarmerie Nationale or EOGN, is the Officers Training Center located in Melun, which provides officers basic training as well as retraining. After having been chosen through selective examination based on university standards, the student must complete a 2-year course including law, international relations, crime public order, human resources management, relations with medias, human rights, foreign languages, crisis management in order to become a gendarme officer.
Firearms, weapons, equipment, handguns, and long guns. So, ito ay ang mga iba't ibang klase ng baril. Merong shotguns, submachine guns, and rifles. Pepper spray. Ang pepper spray ay isang defensive device na ginagamit upang pansamantalang matigil ang banta at upang makatakas sa pisikal na pinsala mula sa umatake. Taser. Isang sandata na nagbibigay sa isang tao ng isang maliit na electric shock at doon sila mawawalan ng malay o hindi makagalaw sa maikling panahon. Bulletproof vest and riot gear. Officers usually use bulletproof vests for personal protection. Riot police and other units dealing with public disturbances have specialized equipment such as shields, helmets, and batons. Vehicles. Law enforcement agencies use a range of vehicles including patrol cars, vans, and armored vehicles for various purposes. Uniform. Police officer is wearing their uniform because this is a part of the daily life of a police officer. It is a source of pride and respect. It reflects a feeling of patriotism and represents public order. Rank and insignia. The highest rank is Director General. The lowest rank is Guardian de la Paix, Stagiaire, Keeper of the Peace, Intern, first year after school. Best practices. Counter-terrorism and public safety. Protecting France against the threat of terrorism is high on the agenda of the Ministry of Interior, which maintain the highest level of alert, prevention, and protection on a permanent basis through its national police forces. De-escalation. French police officers are trained in de-escalation techniques to minimize the use of force in confrontational situations. Example of de-escalation techniques is by slowing down an encounter by backing off from immediate intervention or action dahil hindi lahat ng sitwasyon ma-require ang mabilisang aksyon. Use of body cameras. Body-worn cameras are increasingly being used by French police officers to record interactions with the public, providing transparency and accountability. Body-worn cameras are being used of French police to improve officers' safety, increasing evidence quality, reduce civilian complaints, and reduce agency liability. Other details. Officer DPAX. Origin of the police officer was formed in 1791. This was the origin of the term peace officer. Sergeant de ville, servant of city. First established uniform police officer. Contribution of French in the development of policing system were saving street signs, assigning house numbers, installing street lighting, creating emergency and rescue services, use of police ambulances, use of warrant card and ID signifying authority to arrest. Their motto, Pro Patria Vigilant, which means watchful for the fatherland.